Welcome back, episode 6, turn 12. Bit of an anticlimax at the end of the last episode where I had explained how things change, and then we got the event that sort of put a bit of a dampener on that. So turn 12, there's no amphibious landing phase. So event: Rear Admiral Shibasaki killed by naval fire. So the Admiral, that counter now flips from Shibasaki in command to the Admiral is killed. They just lost their high command. Japanese fire card. Purple normal, blue R, double green normal. Purple normal, up here, he's in intense fire, so he will be hit. That's a problem with the flanking and disrupted. No, that's as far as purple goes. Yep. Purple normals, so there's no special actions. We have a purple over here. No, doesn't shoot into that hex. Shoots across to here. We're a triangle and the fire card is a diamond, so we're safe. Blue R. Blue R. Now the blue positions will start doing things. So no US units in field of fire will redeploy. Move to the nearest unoccupied position. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't move. There's no nearer position. Blue R down here can. He can move to there. And up here, he can move to that one. Now double greens. We only have one or two double greens. We have the tanks which lose their disruption there, and we have the tanks up here which will fire or advance. So he will again advance to the nearest unoccupied position, closer to the enemy. So they're pushing in on both flanks now. But that's Japanese fire. Second event. Add depth markers to 2 Japanese units. Okay. So we have to look at where we're adjacent. We're adjacent there with a depth marker, adjacent there with a depth marker, adjacent there with a depth marker. So we're out 2. So he's out 2 and he's inland, he's out 2, he's inland, he's out 2 and coastal. So he'll definitely get one because coastals take priority over inland. One more. He's out 2, he's out 2. So we're going to have to go to letters. 11 over here, B3, E12, E7, A1, F11. So A1's going to get it. An inland depth marker in that red position up there. Sorry, got my arm in the way. Our turn. This is where we get those support markers. A support marker looks like this, with a garrison on the other side. We get one for every engineer with a SP on it that has a communication line to the beach. We have 5 of them, one over here and the 4 here. So we get 5 of these, and we get our usual 3 free actions, plus whatever heroes and HQs can do. So I better have a bit of a look at this. This can be a big turn. Okay, first up we want to deal with these 2 positions. So this one, not doubled, and we have 11. He can't shoot. We have 11 strength points on him from these 2 hexes, so we will conduct that attack. Brownings and demolitions, we have both. He has all weapons except flamethrowers. 11 to 3, we're doubled, we reveal the depth marker. Naval artillery, so we're 11 to 6. Attack strength greater but not double. We're going to be disrupted unless I spend a support marker for the naval artillery. Then all of a sudden we have weapons. We have the weapons. Attack strata greater but not double. Unit depth marker eliminated and unit disrupted. So we made progress, but it cost us one of our support markers. But that's why they're excellent. Here, we're going to use, we know we have to flank him, so we're going to use a support marker to get rid of this disruption. And now we can attack. It's not going to be doubled. 7, 9, 9, and the 1 engineer. I won't use him, so it'll be 10. 10, we've got flanking and bazookas. So we reveal the depth marker. Naval artillery again, we can use the hero in the adjacent hex to take care of that. So we've got 10 to 5. And unlike turns 1 to 10, now the depth marker is eliminated and the unit is defeated. So we got him. And we'll use him to move forward and occupy that hex. So we're making progress there. We should be able to start setting. I might move him.
That's what we're trying to plug now. That's why we're having a chat now, so that we can plug back up.
To here. No, I'll leave him where he is. I'll leave him where he is. We'll take care of that. We'll set him as a command post next turn. Him. 1, 2, would probably be a good spot for a command post. Right there. Now we will spend one of our actions and we will start pushing forward on this flank. And another action. And we will push these fellows forward. And another action. Oh no, he's going to have to stop right there. He'll move there, then there. We still have 3 support markers. Over here. I think the sequence is, if you're going to use them as garrisons, you have to place them in the US engineer and HQ phase. And we're now in the action phase, so it's a bit late for that. So here we're going to use Major Ryan's 7 and his 6. We'll activate him with a support marker. He is halved firing through palm trees. So it is 10. Flamethrower, hero, tactical reinforcement. So we get him. And the tactical reinforcement is nearest unoccupied inland position, which will be up here. Oops. Now, support marker, move this tank. Support marker, move the engineer into that yellow position to occupy it. And that is turn 12. We made some good progress there. Turn 13. 16:30 hours. Event phase. US patrol report revealed Japanese unit and marker closest to a US unit. Okay. We have him and him that we're closest to. So we get to choose. I think we might reveal this guy. Flamethrower and machine guns. We're going, here's our flamethrower, and our heroes could provide it. Okay. Japanese fire card. Yellow M. Alright. M's. Coastal yellows will fire with machine guns. We're outside of those. Inland yellows. Inland yellows will either fire with machine guns. If there's no US units, they'll mortar fire up to 4 hexes. And if they're unoccupied and within 2 hexes of us, they will muster, place a reserve unit and a depth marker. The good thing is, we don't have any reserves left. so there won't be any mustering. The 4 reserve units are already out on the board. So it's really only firing or mortar fire. And the yellow positions have to be occupied. He will fire. So he is going to hit 2 units. So he'll hit the ones with the most. So A12 will be hit and disrupted. And then we have a choice, because everything else is 2 strength points. Him, the engineers, and him. So we will take him. They both become disrupted. That was nasty. Any other yellows? We have a yellow over here. He will lose his disruption, but we're going to deal with him next. So he is not going to be a problem. No other yellows to worry about. We're on to double reds. We only have 1 double red position here, but it could deal out up to 5 hits. Looking for circles here, no. Looking for circles here, yes. And he can take another hit, so he has lost L Company 3rd Battalion 8th, no longer combat effective. So we have suffered 2, 3 hits so far. No more double reds. Blue R's. Blue R's for coastal is resupply with a depth marker if they're in US units in field of fire. There's none that meet that. Redeploy if not. Do we have any blues? Yes, we have one over here, but he can't. Within 3 hexes, he's got nowhere to go that's closer. Is that going to be closer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no. So he doesn't do anything. Now blue inlands. We've just got these 2, the tanks and him, because he can't redeploy. There's nowhere to go that's closer to the enemy. So the tanks on an R will overrun. Fire if US units are in field of fire. Then if at least 1 US unit is hit, move into hex occupied by nearest hit and close assault. So he can fire. He's looking for circles because of the extended fire range. He fires and misses, fires and misses, fires and misses. So he doesn't hit anybody. That was a relief. And this fellow up here will redeploy if no unit is in field of fire, and he can do that. He can redeploy right there. And now he can fire. That is really bad. Circle, no. Circle, yes. We just lost a tank. Not that he was a huge amount of use over there. So that was nasty, but I told you they get more aggressive. Okay, that's the Japanese fire phase. Now we can do the second event phase. Place a hero marker and add a depth marker. Depth marker is going to go to that bugger right there, because he's in a coastal position. That just got ugly. We did occupy that, so we can destroy that artillery position. Should have moved him up. I don't think we're going to have the firepower to take an inland unit plus a depth marker. I was hoping we'd be able to get rid of him. Well, and we get a hero marker. Hero marker over here. We want to keep this front going. And it is Borderland. Corporal. Okay. Our action phase. Our US engineer and HQ phase. I will turn him into a command post. So at the moment he has a range of 1, the same as he was when he was a HQ, but he will get better. Support markers, we generate 5. I'm going to place a garrison there and a garrison over here on this brown position. And excuse me, now we move on to our action phase. Things just got very, very interesting over here, and not in a good way. This seemed like a good way to go when it was only a single unit there that we could take care of, and that was vacant. But now they have heavily reinforced, and because he's out of range, there's no way we have the firepower to take on that. Not from behind a seawall, which means he would be doubled. So we need to rethink that. So what I'm going to do is spend an action on him. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to swing to the left and use his free action, and we're going to pull out, or at least begin the process of pulling out. Actually, I'm still in the red zone. 1, 2, 3. Yep, so that's an action spent. Yeah, I think that's safer. We only get a battalion over there. We got an extra company as a bonus, but got to be very careful over there. Things can, you can run out of troops very quickly. Now here we have a very simple one to start with. We have him shooting him, has all the weapons. He's not doubled, so we're double him. And he goes into the Japanese eliminated units box. Use his free move to push him up into the position. Use this fella's free move to close in on him. Pushing north, 3 movement. Here we will spend an action to move him in to start closing in on this position. Use his free action to come up in to a supporting position where he can fire. Spend another action he's already in a fire zone. Bang, occupy that position. He has range, can support that. So we're down to 3 support markers. We'll spend 1 here because we've got the weapons. It's only because we've got the weapons I'm going to attack that. He's double because he's behind the seawall. We only have 5. But we're greater than him with the weapons. And that means reveal the depth marker. Tactical reinforcement, excellent. That doesn't even happen because there's no reserves. So we get rid of him. So now it's changed dramatically. Now he's just a lone unit that we are greater than, but not double, which means he's defeated. He can withdraw, so he goes into the eliminated units box, and that ended up going exceedingly well. Now here, this 1 unit, he got disrupted. Really got to try and suppress him. He's unrevealed. I can't. I can use him as a free action and try and bombard him. So 1 in a 6 chance. I'd need a triangle and a red. And I didn't get either. What are we going to do here? We've got 2, 4. That would be 2 actions, which is the last 2 we have left, and 8. 12. So if he's a 3 strength or less, we would have the numbers. So I'll do that. Spend the last 2 support markers to activate these 2. That's 12. Oh my goodness. Greater than but not double. Japanese gains depth. Just what we needed. But at least he's revealed, I suppose. We don't get disrupted now. He hammered us in this fire phase. And that's the end of turn 13. Time for turn 14. No amphibious phase, so we go straight to the first event phase. I just cut the cards, it's a habit. Land US artillery unit on beach R1. Okay, in the introduction I showed these units. They only come in as events. So we can land him on beach R1. We might land him right about there. And they come in disrupted. That could make a big difference over there because we've lacked artillery because we lost so many tanks. So we're having these little pinpoint pot shots with weakened tank units. When you have 4 artillery barrage factors, it's the colour then. It's not just colour and symbol, it's just colour, and you get them. So you've got a far higher chance of barraging. So now we do Japanese fire, and we get an A action, but it's a double brown. Ooh, could get nasty over here. Okay, double purples. Let's look. We don't have a single double purple, so we got through that one. Green M's. Green is empty. M action is coastal fire with machine guns and mortar fire on the coast. Fire, mortar fire and muster inland. He's not within 2, but there's no Japanese reserve units. That will overnight they'll reorganise and get some of their eliminated units back. So green M. We have a green M right here. And being an inland unit with, he has a unit in his field of fire, so he will fire, not mortar. And he will fire at triangles. So he fires and misses. We once again dodged a bullet. Now we've got double brown A. There is only one Japanese position that has 2 or more units in a brown position. It's this one. And I think this is the first time we've had A. For a coastal A, he will fire if there is units in his position. No. If there are no US units in his field of fire, he will fire artillery. And he has artillery. So he will look for units out in the approach hexes, there are none. In the water, there are none. Then he'll work his way along the beach and he'll look for the strongest unit. And we only have 2 strength point units along the beach. 2, 2, 2 and 2, and the artillery that just landed. So we will take the hit on the support. And that's Japanese fire, no artillery, other artillery on it. So now a second event. Take a naval fire marker. This event phase is going much better for us. Alright. Engineer and HQ phase. We can now turn him. This one goes up to a 2 range, so he's now 2 hexes. We will put him as a command post. Right there. That's where I had him, wasn't it? Did I have him there or there? Oh, I think I had him there. Hang on, I'll just check that. Yep, that's right. We get our 5 support markers and we can lay garrisons at this stage. We can't there because he's in the purple field of fire. I've already put a garrison in there. I've got one in there. I might, in case I ever want to move him, I might pop one in there if I ever want to move the command post. And I'll pop one down in this yellow position here in case I never get to refill him. I can use the support engineer to go down there. So now we're on to our action phase. 3 action tokens and 3 support tokens. And I'll have a little bit of a think. Our actions. Going to move Rixie in on him. Spend an action. Move the flamethrowers up. Spend another action. Move these fellows up. Free action. That blue position. One, two, three. Another action and we'll pull the support down to there. So quite a lot happening up there. One, two, three. Yep. Over here, we'll spend an action on him and move him further up the beach. We will try and barrage him with the artillery. Needs a diamond and a red. And won't you know it, we finally rolled a 6. So he's disrupted. So we will jam him into there. So we're ready for him. We are going to give this fellow, oops, oh for goodness sake, we're going to give this fellow the good news. We're in a position here where he's got intense fire zones all around. Really, if you'll pardon the French, it's shit'll get off the pot. So we're going to hit him with a naval fire marker because we can do that. Observing in command from HQ all these units. So that destroys his depth marker and disrupts him. And what was the depth marker? A flank. Jeez, a flank worth 2. I'm glad we got rid of that. But we have to close assault him anyway, so I suppose it doesn't make much difference. Now, because they're all in command, we will close assault him, which is a move action, not an attack. Use his free action to move him into there. He can stay exactly where he is. We still have 1 support marker. He is in command, 2 away now. So him and the hero will fire at this fellow. Flank and flamethrower. So we don't have the weapons, but we are 11 to 3. So we're more than double him. So I think that means no weapons. He is disrupted.
Bad, how are you?
Flanking. Flanking. We will move him 3 with his free action. Spend an action.
Is it what sort of website? Because we only do
Get the flamethrower over there, and we're in a position to flank him next turn.
site. All other sort of sites that come through, we usually get.
Just 1 moment. We're in lockdown, so my wife's working from home in the next room. Now here, we will spend an action attack with him. 5 against. We've got machine guns. He's not doubled, so we definitely destroy him into the eliminated units box. We've spent all of our support markers and normal actions, so we've only got what we have in command over here. Take on the yellow position, the green position, or do we get in amongst this? I think we have to take the risk. 1, 2, 3. And get in amongst that. And that's the end of the turn. And once again, I think a very successful turn. It's not the end of the turn at all. We have a close assault. So here, he gets 1 card for being a unit, 1 for being 4 strength or more, and 1 for the close combat designation. And we get 1 for each pip, which is 4, plus an extra 1 for engineers with a flamethrower. We're looking for yellows. He does not go first. He just gets rid of the disruption. We draw and we miss. If we had drawn a yellow, it would have been all over. He draws and misses. We draw and miss. He draws and hits. Conscript surrender is not a conscript. We take the hit on the company. We lose a card. We draw. We hit him. And it's all over Red Rover, and that was excellent. We're disrupted. We have made headway, and we got rid of that bugger of a unit. So we stuck to our guns, we shat or we got off the pot.